Day 1 of a 70-mile week. Let's go.
Sometimes with running, as with life, things don't always go to plan. I'm currently training for Abingdon Marathon in October for Welsh Masters. As you've heard, for week 5 I was planning a 70-mile week. Having done several 60-mile weeks and being on holiday, I thought now was the time to up it to 70. As you will see in this video, things didn't quite go to plan and I had to make a few changes. So my week started with a trip to the Granite Way. We were on our way from Cornwall to Dorset, so we decided to stop off in Devon. And as you can see here, the Granite Way is a beautiful, long, disused railway which runs beneath the Dartmoor Hills. So this run was an easy 6 miles, and then I did 4 times hill strides at the end. I love the Granite Way. We've run here many times in the past, so it was nice to come back for a fly-in visit. I like to put in a few strides at the end of the run, whether that be on the flat or on the hills. This is to keep a little bit of strength when I'm on the hills, and if it's on the flat, is to keep my top end speed. Sometimes I find in marathon training that I just feel like I'm running everything quite easy and slow, so it's just nice to feel yourself moving along a little bit quicker at times. Training has been going really well actually, and while we've been on holiday, most days have been double days. So we headed off to Dorset from the Granite Way, and I did another 3 miles in the evening on one of my favourite loops. The following day I just did one run, a lovely run around the forest in Wareham, as I had a double threshold run coming up on the Wednesday. And here it is, my second double threshold run of the block.
It's Wednesday, our second attempt at double threshold. What is the same is that in the morning we're doing 6-minute repetitions at LT1, in the evening we're doing 3-minute repetitions at LT2. In the morning we're going up from 4 to 5 repetitions, and in the evening we're going up hopefully from 8 to 10, but we'll see how we feel. What's different today is...
Quite warm.
It is warm. Last week we're on our Transpennine Trail. We chose a sheltered bit of the trail. Today we're on holiday, we're in Weymouth. This is the best place to run. It's a track that is near a park and ride. It's been marked out by the local running club, so thank you for that. And it's 400 metres all the way around. The pace range for dawn is the same as last week, 7:45 to 8:15 minute miling, but we might err on the cautious side of that. Remember what your maximum heart rate you want to see is?
Yeah, 135.
What's that again?
135.
Let's see what happens next. 135. If we start saying 136, we'll ease it back a bit.
Yeah. Sorry, last week I did go slightly over, didn't I, on the first session. I went to 136, 137, only on occasion, but this week I'm determined to try and keep it a bit more controlled.
Type down below if you think that happened. Yeah, because you'll thank yourself for it in the afternoon. My max heart rate I want to see is 155. My pace range is 7-minute miling to 7:30. Again, this isn't about what pace you run, because come autumn and winter when it's a lot cooler, you'll run a lot faster at the same heart rate. So it's keeping that heart rate under control with a general idea of how fast we should be running at that effort.
And 80s playlist.
For me today, the New Statesman podcast on the future ambitions of the Tory leadership contenders. So there we go.
Exciting.
.722 pace, heart rate getting up to about 154 by the end. Hello?
Hi.
Pace?
750.
Alright, good. Heart rate?
124, I think.
Well done. Think mine's slightly higher at the minute. 726 pace for that. Fortunately, cloud cover, but it is really warm in Dorset in late July. Would have thought it.
8:03, a bit breezy. Couldn't see my heart rate actually.
724, touching 160 at the end. I have to rein these final 2 back.
757, not sure if heart rate feels okay.
728 for number 4, reining it back. I'll thank myself later.
755. 755.
Good. 727 for the last one. Just about held it together. I think we occasionally saw 161 heart rate, but yeah, done that one. It's going to be really important to hydrate today. boiling at the minute. What was your last one?
8:01.
Good.
Just going to have a look what my heart rate was average.
It's not the average that matters, it's did you
Oh,
exceed
dear.
135?
Yeah, too much.
Too much indeed, oh dear. Yes, when you're given a session that says do not exceed 135 heart rate and you go to 142, you know you're storing up trouble for yourself, if not later that day, the rest of the week. And this is where Dawn's week turned and where we had to rejig on a few days later. Somebody's on a naughty step. Your maximum heart rate was meant to be
135.
Your maximum heart rate was
142.
I thought so. When we were like comparing splits, and Dawn was about 30 seconds a mile behind me, whereas last week they were about 45 to 50 seconds a mile. Either I'd slowed considerably, or Dawn had increased the pace.
I think I struggled with, I said there was a nice breeze. It actually is a nice breeze, but it's quite strong on this section here into your face, and then it's behind you on that section. So I found myself pushing into the wind, which I shouldn't have been doing, and then almost like trying to cruise down the back straight, but I could see the pace was going all over the place. Unfortunately, I couldn't see my heart rate today for some reason, so I wasn't going by the heart rate. And as we said, these sessions, they're not precise sciences, are they, unless you've got a lactic meter.
So a few factors here. One, it was warmer than last time we've done it. Two, as you can see from the surface, it's relentless hard tarmac, which takes more out of the legs. Three, Dawn exceeded her heart rate limit. And fourth, we'd up the duration from 24 to 30 minutes. So those factors are going to come back and bite us. Healthy refuel, 6 to 7 hours recovery, and then it's back to it.
Tough. Tough.
Well, 708 pace though, what did you get?
7:10, I think.
7:10.
7:10 or 7:08. It's tough. It's windy and it's hot. Settled a bit better on that second one, 7:16. So didn't feel so tough. I think one way slightly down again, and one, well, obviously the other way's slightly up. But it's very hot, sweating already. Just see how it goes. Rubbish. But I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah.
7:31 now.
That's what it should be.
Right.
So as the session went on, it actually got progressively harder to do. I did finish the session, but I knew that it was going to take a little bit more out of me than the previous week's session. I know the reasons for it. I didn't get my heart rate right in the morning. I ran too hard. Therefore, the afternoon was always going to be a slight struggle. I'm pleased I completed the session though, because I will still get the benefit from it, and I think when you do something and you don't always get it spot on, you learn from it, and I hope that I've learned something from doing this double threshold today.
Yeah, tough day in the office, 16 miles covered for Dawn, 1 hour of that at thresholds. Too hard in the morning and too hard at the beginning in the afternoon. But no long-term harm done, and we'll see how the rest of the week goes and into next week.
So after that mammoth running day on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday become very easy run days. I actually love these kind of days because we were then able to get out onto the trails in Dorset and enjoy some of our favourite routes. One of the lovely things about these kind of runs is you don't have to focus on pace, you don't have to focus on heart rate, you just enjoy being out in the fresh air. But just to give a little bit of zip back into the legs, on Friday we did, I think it was 4 times 100 metre strides, just to pep them up a little bit.
And you can see a drone kept following us down the road.
Saturday, parkrun day. Yes, we headed over to Moores Valley, which is a lovely course on forest trails. I ran quite hard on this day, so it was really up tempo. Yeah, I really enjoyed it though. Watch out for the video on this one. It's yet to come out, but it will be out soon. Having run 50 miles by the end of Saturday, my intention was to do a 20-mile long run on Sunday, which would bring my total weekly mileage up to 70 miles. However, on this occasion, I'd run too hard on Wednesday, and I'd also ran too hard at parkrun on Saturday, and unfortunately on Sunday I really felt it in the legs, and I just knew 20 miles was not going to happen.
It was just one of those days. Traffic was heavy, we're adding extra bits on here and there, and neither of us were really feeling it. So as I wring the sweat out of my t-shirt at the end of that run, we had to have a think. Dawn had achieved 60 miles and managed to do 10 miles there, but she had missed her long run in the middle of marathon training. So what we thought was this. So here's the key learning point from that week. Dawn had overdone it on the Wednesday. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
And possibly on the Saturday, which meant come Sunday, long run was 10, not 20.
Yeah.
So here's the key pivot here. Most runners tend to think in terms of 7-day cycles. Why is that?
Well, because it fits in with your working week, really, doesn't it? Working patterns, mainly.
Yeah, mainly because people have a 7-day cycle of working and perhaps not working at the weekends. Also, regular things like parkrun take place every Saturday, which might fit in with people's training cycles. Also, people who attend running clubs might go on certain nights. So most running plans, most people's schedules are based around a 7-day cycle for those reasons. However, because we're on holiday and we're not bound by attending a running club or anything else, what we're able to do is think more flexibly. Now, I know Paula Radcliffe used to train in a 10-day cycle, so that's what we got Dawn doing. Instead of her missing her long run that week, what she did was the following Tuesday,
Yeah, so decided that we would move it to Tuesday.
which is actually a 9-day cycle, but you get the point. We have the flexibility to move it, so within a 10-day cycle, Dawn got in her double threshold session, tick, a park run, time trial, tempo run, tick, and her long run, tick, and lots of easy miles too, tick. So if you are struggling to fit everything in and you think you've missed a particular run, if you do have that flexibility in your life, maybe you're self-employed, maybe you've got a few days leave to take, think about switching from a 7-day training cycle into a slightly longer one where it might fit in and benefit your running.
Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed watching the latest episode of me training for Abingdon Marathon. As you can see, it didn't all go to plan. Sometimes we make mistakes, but we have to learn from them. It doesn't have to ruin your week, as John has said. You just have to sit back, look at the positives and readjust, and then go from there. So guys, give us a like if you've enjoyed this video, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and until next time, keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.